An older couple, Jerry and Sally, getting ready in their suburban home for church on a sunny Sunday morning. Jerry, a man in his late 50s with graying hair, adjusts his tie in front of a mirror. Sally, a woman of the same age with kind eyes and soft wrinkles, smooths her dress. The home is peaceful, with warm lights streaming through the windows. The atmosphere is calm, with soft background noises like the ticking of a clock and birds chirping outside. Inside a medium-sized traditional church with wooden pews and stained glass windows. The congregation, dressed in Sunday clothes, sings as a worship band plays softly in the background. The sunlight filters through the stained glass, casting colorful reflections on the walls. Jerry and Sally sit in the second row, looking content and peaceful. The camera moves slowly through the room, capturing the quiet, reverent atmosphere before anything goes wrong. A woman in the front row of the church begins to transform into a beast. Her body hunches unnaturally, and her skin tightens over her bones, her eyes glowing with a terrifying, inhuman light. Her face twists into a grotesque snarl, her hands elongating into claws. The room darkens as an eerie presence fills the air, shadows deepening in the corners. The congregation looks on in terror, their faces blurred with fear and disbelief. The woman beast snarls and growls as she takes on a more wolfish form, the church atmosphere now filled with tension and fear. Chaos erupts in the church as the congregation scrambles away from the beast. The church becomes dimly lit, with flickering overhead lights casting a grim glow. The beast, standing in the front row, bares its sharp teeth and growls menacingly. Security guards rush towards the creature, their movements hesitant and slow. In the background, Sally clutches Jerry's arm, her face pale with fear. The pastor stands tall, looking directly at the beast, his expression filled with a mix of fear and resolve. The tension builds as the room pulses with fear. The pastor, an older man with a calm but determined expression, steps closer to the snarling beast. He holds a worn Bible in one hand, his other hand raised as if in command. The pastor speaks in an unfamiliar language, his voice growing louder and more authoritative. The beast trembles slightly, but still holds its ground, eyes blazing. The lighting in the room focuses on the pastor and the beast, while everything else fades into shadows, creating a dramatic, tense moment. Sweat glistens on the pastor's brow, and the churchgoers watch, paralyzed by fear. The beast, after a long, intense standoff with the pastor, collapses to the ground with a heavy thud. Its body begins to shift and change, reverting back into that of a woman. The transformation is slow and unsettling, with bones cracking and flesh rearranging. The atmosphere remains tense as the woman lies still on the ground, her monstrous form disappearing completely. Jerry and Sally sit frozen in their seats, their eyes wide with shock and terror. The rest of the congregation remains silent, stunned by the surreal transformation. Outside the church, the sun is setting, casting a golden glow over the scene as police officers in dark uniforms gather near the entrance. Jerry and Sally stand to the side, visibly shaken but quiet. One officer, with a stern expression, speaks to them directly, warning them not to speak of what they saw inside. The atmosphere is heavy, with a sense of tension and secrecy lingering in the air. The church behind them looms dark and foreboding, its windows reflecting the last rays of daylight. The abandoned church, overgrown with vines and crumbling from years of neglect. The windows are broken, and the doors hang loosely from their hinges. Shadows flicker unnaturally around the building as though something unseen still lingers there. The sky is dark and overcast, casting an eerie atmosphere over the church. In the distance, faint whispers and strange movements in the shadows suggest the presence of something malevolent, even though the building is deserted. A dimly lit room, cluttered with old books, cryptic sketches and mysterious symbols. The camera pans across drawings of the beast, sketches of the old church, and handwritten notes about paranormal activity. An old lamp flickers weakly, casting long shadows over the room. Strange symbols and figures appear in the margins of old texts, adding to the mystery. The atmosphere is dark, filled with an aura of secrecy and the unknown, as if the room holds hidden knowledge about what really happened that day in the church.